Hello and welcome. So I think this is episode 3. Episode 2 got kind of lost in the abyss of time. So I've actually set up a few new cameras. I've got the close-up and I have the wide shot over here so everyone can see hopefully the entire painting here, and we'll close-up shot with this camera here. Now, to discuss a little bit what you missed in the second episode, I went ahead and laid in some of the background colors here, and of course we're going to work on this today. So today we're going to work on these clouds here, bring these in a little bit, and just kind of work on the vortex a little bit more. Alrighty, so please strap in, grab your coffee, and welcome to episode 3. And so my paint is, of course, obviously located off camera, but you can kind of see it in this camera here. Okay, guys, so we're going to continue on with the background colors. I want to add in a little bit more reds today, and so we're going to do that with our burnt sienna. I'm going to add a little bit of burnt sienna into here, and then we're going to touch up some clouds, and we're going to go forth in this right here. So, all right, so let's add some burnt sienna into this, shall we? And you know what? I actually kind of think I know what you're. All right, so now remember, I want to keep the mid-ground clouds like a little grayish and white, and I want to put most of the color behind them. So the color I'm going to be adding today, I'm going to put all behind here, and then we'll go back and we'll add in the shadows and detail on top. All right. So at this point, you want to also think about your light source and where your light source is coming from. Mine, I want to have, basically I'm going to use 2 different light sources. I'm going to use one up here for our yellow. That's going to be really pushing forward. But over here is where I kind of want the red light source to be coming in. So this side over here is going to concentrate a lot on the reds. And then as it comes up and over here, that's when we'll bring in the yellows and all of that stuff. So, awesome. All right. And so I'm also thinking exactly where I want to end our clouds here. So I don't want to bring this side up all the way over and around, because if we do that, it's going to end up with like a circle shape around that, and I really don't like that. So it's almost like you're looking through a hole. So I'm going to gradually, I think I'm going to end this about right in here, and this is where the reds will come in. So I'll bring in the burnt siennas here, and that's where we will end that. So awesome. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a chair to sit upon, because we might be here a while. And you can also kind of see how that underpainting is coming through the burnt sienna, because it's going to really bring forward any color you paint, like the underpainting and all that. So, and as all of you guys know, I really love underpainting. It's all about layers. Okay, so we're roughing in our clouds around here, and we're just bringing that in, we're roughing it in. So we kind of figure out where exactly how far up we want the burnt sienna to go before it starts blending into our yellows and our whites and all of that stuff. So I think this is where I'm going to end it here for that, and then we're going to blend it on over into other clouds there. So like I said, this is just the underpainting. We're just blocking everything in. And I still want to keep the darker outline here, so we're just going to do almost like a second horizon line right over in here. All right, so we're going to grab us a dry brush so we can do a little bit of blending in here, just to kind of blend this in just a little bit in here. We gotta try to figure out, so our light source is coming in here and it's gonna go around. So I think we'll bring it around just a little bit to up in here. And so if you notice around the edges here, I'm blending this in a little more because we want that light to really come through the clouds in our foreground here. So we're just adding another layer of some light on in there. Okay, so adding in some textures here to really bring that light forward to really make this pop here. So now we need to figure out where exactly we want our background to go and our movements and all of that. I think it's going to go from left to right. So I think it's going to start light here and get darker here. And then it's going to start light and dark. So this here is going to be our lightest and it's going to get darker over here. So with that being said, we're going to kind of brush this a little bit. If you notice that top layer of paint we just put on is coming off our bottom layer fairly easy. So we can just kind of keep that. We can use that to tell us how dark we want it to go. And so I think that actually is working rather nicely. And yes, I'm thinking about which layer goes where at this moment. So this being one of those times where I speed the camera up. I think I'm going to add a little bit of burnt umber to it. The chair makes it help. Okay, to give you guys a quick recap of what I've done, I've completely changed the cloud layout. It's no longer coming around in a vortex on this side. I've darkened it up a little bit, and I've actually introduced a color called cold black, which has a blue tint to it. So that's what I'm presently doing. So I'm darkening everything back up, and yeah, which you guys can probably see better with that camera. You can kind of see where I'm still going to do the cloud vortex coming around this way, but it only has a slight line that's going to come all the way across, like a slit of shing, and then it's going to be darker over here coming in this way. So like I said, I told you guys this painting was going to change many times before we finished. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode short right here because I've been painting for probably about 3 hours, and I know I've sped a lot of this up on the time lapse and all that stuff, but I do want to thank you guys for tuning in to episode 3, and please leave a comment below to tell me how you like this new format. If you want me to go back to talking and explaining what I'm doing in every brush stroke or every color, or you like the time-lapse photo better. So as always, thank you so much for joining me in this wonderful episode. Much love, and please subscribe and hit that notifications button. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers, people. We can do it. We can do this. All right, much love. Bye-bye.